Hello YouTube, it's time for another Matchbox Monday episode, and today we've got, I guess, some race cars. So we're going to take a look at this one first. This is the F1 Racer. This particular variation came out in 1987, as far as I could figure out. Let's see if I can take this sticker off. This was number 65 in the lineup, and here it is in Fiat kind of racing livery. Pretty cool. So this casting was out from 1984 to 1994. This one was 1987. And then I've got another one that was, there's a lot more years of this one released. This one with the Valvoline, Goodyear, yellow Matchbox Racing Team, yellow and red. This one was available from 1988 to 1992. The casting was used all the way up until 1994. I'll go ahead and take these stickers off. The previous owner of these had these stickers were on them, which actually made them pretty easy to research, so that's pretty cool. They do have a metal base, metal body, plastic wing, and some other plastic pieces. So multiple pieces to this casting, which is kind of interesting. Got a little plastic dude in here. His head moves back and forth, which is kind of cool. And yeah, it's kind of a neat little F1 car. Kind of a large scale though, 155 scale. But a pretty interesting little casting indeed. It kind of looks a little cartoony, being it's large to scale, and that little guy, the race car driver in there. But yeah, it's kind of cool too. They sit really low to the ground and they roll like a dream. All right, so there's those two. And then the next one I got here is this one. This is kind of an interesting one. It's got a little whip antenna here. It's kind of stored right there. I guess I could pull that out. These things easily come off of this back part though. So I'm just kind of trying to leave it intact. Union 76 tampos. This one's metal body, metal base. Well, this one's made in Macau. It was, just going to peel this little piece of masking tape off. It's leaving a little sticky around. We'll take care of that later. So this was number 72 in the lineup. It's in 1/60th scale. And pretty much all metal construction except for this plastic top here and the plastic interior. It's got those special 620 racing wheels, which do roll pretty crazy. This was only available in 1984, and I think they only put this casting out for 1 year, which is kind of weird. One little chip right up there in the front, but other than that, it's in pretty much perfect condition. Sand racer. It's an interesting little model. Not something I don't think I would collect in my personal collection, but someone might like it. So, pretty interesting. And then the next one's going to be the modified racer, which is this one right here. Again, you got those big tires on here, those special 620 racing tires. This one has a plastic base. It was number 12 in the lineup. Actually, I think it was number 32. I think this number is wrong. Oop. And now that sticker is inside the car. But kind of cool. This is an interesting one, 155 scale. So again, a larger scale. It was this particular variation was actually, I think it was this was the only one of the only colors it was in, and it was in from 1988 to 1993. So plastic base, metal body, of course, plastic interior, some extra little bits and pieces. It's kind of a cool looking Matchbox. No windows. Something different. Kind of neat. All right. And then let's see. What do we got next? It's the Chevy Pro Stocker. This is a cool one. This one was available from 81 to 90. This particular variation, I believe, was available in 86 and probably for a number of years. It's in 1/68 scale. It was number 34 in the lineup. This one has a metal body, metal base. And it came out, I think, in a bunch of different variations. There's like a Pepsi Cola one. Big Daddy. It's kind of cool. It's got a good, like, kind of vintage racing look to it. The wheels are a little hokey on this one. They don't really work that well for this car, I don't think. And the proportions, of course, are a little wacky. Here is Halley's Comet. Welcome back. 1985, 1986. So this one came out in 86 as well. Chevy Pro Stocker, made in Macau. These have suspension too. Kind of an interesting little car. Again, I don't think this is something I would keep in my collection, but someone will end up digging it. And then the one I will keep for sure is going to be this thing right here, this Group C Eraser. So this one's in 155 scale, so it's larger. It's not quite 164 scale. It's quite a bit larger than it should be. This one particular variation that you're looking at here was 86 to 88. The casting was available from 1984 to 1996. It's a Sauber Group C Racer, and this particular variation, so 86 and 88. It's got kind of a cool look to it. It's got a plastic base. It's very, very wide. It's got suspension. It also has a wing that you could actually pop off and remove. I'm not going to do it right now. There'd be no reason to remove it, but it does pop off. I guess that's better than breaking it off. And then it has kind of lens details up front for headlights. I've got this in 3 different variations. This other one was 89 to 92. This blue number 46. Kind of a good looking one here. I might keep these in my collection. I haven't really decided yet. I just think they're kind of cool. A little bit large, but pretty cool. And then here's one more variation of it. Right here with these wheels. This one was 86 and 87 is when this one came out. So again, kind of larger scale, and that's kind of par for the course for Matchbox, I guess, in the mid-'80s, which is kind of interesting. So Matchbox, in the early days, was smaller than 1/64 scale generally, especially when they did a lot of construction vehicles, because those can get up in the 1/100th scale. And then in the middle 80s, or I guess when they were all made in Macau, and they got these other new castings that all were quite a bit larger typically than 1/64 scale. A lot of them are in the 155 scale range. 160 to 155 scale typically is what I've been seeing. So a little bit bigger than 1/64 scale. But it still kind of works with your 1/64 scale collection. Just interesting. I don't know why particular diecast manufacturers decide to settle on a scale. I mean, I know they want them to all fit in like a similar packaging scheme, but it seems that 1/64 scale cars, if you just kept it 1/64 scale until you get into like trucks and stuff like that, that they would fit in standard kind of packaging, and you could kind of still scale them all basically the same. But not really sure why they decided to do that, but it's pretty cool. I suppose they wanted maybe one blister design for all the cars. That could be. But all right, that's going to be it for this episode. Another Matchbox Monday episode in the books. Still got a few more to go. So stay tuned. Check out the playlist again if you like these videos. Let me know what your favorite car was in this one. I think if I had to pick a favorite, I'd actually like this blue one. Probably the best. I think it's the coolest looking. Definitely my favorite casting of the bunch. This one's kind of cool. This one is kind of weird. This one's kind of weird. The Formula 1 car would be a lot cooler if it was smaller and more to scale. It didn't look as cartoony. But it is what it is. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great day.